This video is a reenactment of my crash from last year where I cracked my carbon frame and had to go to the ER. I went down this blind turn way too quickly, and I had to slam on the brakes lest I tumble over the side of the drop-off. Here I am going fast down this sharp turn. After hitting the brakes, I slid, and the bicycle tumbled and tossed around. I realized I had a laceration, and the tire was ripped straight off the rim. But the wound scabbed over quickly. I was able to replace the inner tube, and my riding partner and I were on our way. We enjoyed the rest of the ride through New Jersey, had lunch, and got caught in the rain. When I got home, I went to take a shower. I was cleaning the wound when I pulled out a piece of adipose fat tissue. I wondered if I ate this, would that constitute ethical cannibalism? But before I could eat it, blood was on the ground like Jaws. I sprinted into my room. So there I was, laying half naked on the bed, blood coming out of me. I had recently left school and was about to begin a job on a temporary insurance from my parents with a $9,000 deductible, and I was thinking, what can I do? Could I put some of those surgical closure stickers on it to close it up? That didn't seem like a good idea. There was 1 hour left to go to the urgent care down the block. I walked over to the urgent care, blood dripping on to their lobby, and the PA looked at it and said, "This is an arterial bleed. We're not equipped to suture this up. You must go to the ER." So I left that place and I thought, an arterial bleed? It can't be that. The emergency room, that's going to be thousands and thousands of dollars. So I got on a bus that was going towards the emergency room, but also next to another urgent care. Now I'm on the bus. My leg is like this. It's keep bleeding. Blood is dripping out. There's a woman in a all white dress. I don't know if she was Santeria, and she went, but I did not drip on her. Then this 50-year-old gay man and this 60-year-old gay man sitting right here, partners, started telling me about their artwork and saying I should buy these paintings, which calmed me down. I got off the bus. The hospital was there. The urgent care was there. What do I do? I call up the other urgent care and say, is there a doctor there who can suture this up? Because it seems like a PA couldn't do this. And they said, no, it's just a PA. We can't help you. So I think thousands of dollars at the ER, or the CityMD, which is 30 blocks north. They have a medical doctor. They could suture me up. So I walk to the CityMD, and it's drizzling a little bit. I arrive at the CityMD. It's an older nurse, and I'm thinking, perfect. They're gonna suture this up. And she looks at the red blood dripping out, and she says, with all due respect, why are you here? This is an emergency. You should go to the emergency room. You've made a very grave error. You've made a very poor decision, young man. But the doctor is coming. She leaves. I wait for 5 minutes. I'm feeling pretty good. Then the nurse, the doctor, the medical assistant, they bust open the doors. And it frightens me. And I think in my head, did I screw the poodle? Did I screw the pooch again? And it starts going black. And I say, please may I recline? And I'm also thinking, now they're gonna send me to the $1,000 ambulance. I recline, they say, you're sweating, your blood pressure is dropping. I say, no, it's the drizzle, it's the rain. The medical assistant gives me some gatorade, and I say, perfect, lemon lime baby, my favorite. But they don't laugh. They give me the tetanus shot. I convinced them, please let me take a lift to the ER for this arterial bleed. I go to New-York-Presbyterian, my former employer. I'm hobbling with the crutches. I go to the wrong entrance, but this French friend of a patient gets me to the ER. They roll me in a wheelchair to check in. They say, do you work here? What's your employee ID? And I get a little moisture in my eyes. Oh, they remember me. Really, that's just to not break the glass. I give them paper saying it's an arterial bleed, suspected, and the nurse goes, no more checking in. She rolls me in this like trauma room or something, and over the speaker it goes, level 2 trauma, activate. And I'm not kidding. 20 people all at once rush into this room. The pulse oximeter, the IV, my patient writes, someone's deshoeing me. All the attention is on. They think this is not good. This is an arterial bleed. The resident, he puts so much pressure on it for like 5 minutes. He lifts up the cover. He says, it's not an arterial bleed. 18 people leave the room. They suture me up. I wait to get my shoulder x-rayed. I'm all good. I come home, I eat the Taco Bell. 2 weeks later, I get the bill for $5,000. What's the lesson? Descend slowly on a hill, especially a blind turn. Be safe out there. Don't get injured.